All right, welcome back. So back to our texts. Obviously, the texts are hot. We got a lot of texts tonight, so we're just going to go through the text. And again, if you want to elaborate on anything, you got a question you want me to try to answer, I'm always willing to try to answer any of your question or any challenge that's out there. Let me go to the call real quick. I missed that one. Just call me right back, caller. This one asked about the emergency situation at the hospital, People's Hospital. Apparently, they're talking about just having one doctor in the emergency room down there. Right after I saw that, I saw another text about Virgin Gorda Clinic. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Some 30 years ago, we did well on land-based tourists. Land-based tourists combined with the chat about business, we did well 30 years ago. There are persons who are going around and telling you now we can still survive, because 30 years ago we had something like probably about 15, 20,000 people, or maybe 12, 15,000 people, and we did well. We sustained ourselves pretty well on the charter boat service and land-based service, or land-based business. Now, to make a comparison, how would you speak to those persons who are now saying we don't need cruise ship? We can continue to survive on land-based tourists and cruise and charter boat service. Now, the thing is that what they're saying, all we have to do is do all the necessary stuff that can bring these business to our territory. In my opinion, we are not structured to handle that kind of system right now. Even if you go there and look at the business, get the business, bring it in, where it relates to land-based, we don't even have a decent size hotel here to accommodate persons. So, I would also like to just speak to that, to those persons who are feeling that we can go back 30 years ago, what we used to do, we can do it now and just dump the whole cruise business.
All right, thank you, caller. Carla always puts some good questions out there, because obviously some of us are thinking about it as well. Let me start out by saying this. If you look at the reason why, in my opinion, one of the main reasons why these ships are getting bigger is because the ship themselves, if you go on the website again, the FCCA website, they'll tell you that the ships are doing the same thing the destination used to do. Provide all of those things that a destination used to do. So if you think about what most people who come in the island, come to the island to enjoy and do. Some of these cruise ships, those two big ships, the Allure of the Sea and the other one, her sister ship, are offering almost everything you can think of. Some of them got surfing, they got weddings, they got, sailing within the sailing. I mean, there's so much. They got accommodation, they got inclusive, all-inclusive package. So the ship themselves is studying the destination. They're looking at where the destination are falling off, and they often value. So the ship is a great value for travelers. There's an increase in ship business this year, again, a projected increase of millions of people. There's a reason for that. Again, people are looking for value. Even folks who used to fly into a destination 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, are now utilizing cruise ships to get to experience and explore new territories. It's an easier way to do it. It's a cheaper way to do it, and they're doing that. But what I don't want to do is talk against land-based, because land-based in itself, if the destinations understand, even utilizing the same methods that the ships are using, if we now start to do those same things, when cruise ships come in our territory, you'll find that there's going to be a greater return to land-based as well, because then people are going to see the value. The people are looking for value when they travel. They utilize a cruise ship. Most people don't go on a cruise ship just to be on a cruise ship. Some of them want to experience the ship, but most of them go on a cruise ship to experience a destination. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. I'll come back to that, folks.
Hi, good night.
Good night. How are you?
I'm fine. and great show.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for calling.
I'm asking a question.
Sure.
Oh, you want to apply for a store at the cruise ship dock?
Turn down your TV. Turn down your TV a little bit so we all can hear you clearly. Turn your TV down. It sounds like a good question.
I want to know if you want to apply for the store at the cruise ship dock, or you go?
The minister was here last week, and he made reference to, if you have an interest in trying to get one of the stores at the cruise ship dock, you need to write a letter of interest to the Port Authority, copy the Ministry of Communication and Work, and also the Trade Department, because obviously they're going to be checking that. They haven't, because no deal hasn't been signed yet. They haven't really gotten that far, but it's part of the plan. So if you want a space, you have to apply for it, and you got to put it in writing. Put it in writing now. I'm sure as they get all the different interests, look at all the people who probably will qualify based on whatever qualification they may come up with, at least your information is there. So that's how you got to approach that. All right? All right. So back to the whole notion of destination versus cruise. Cruise ship gonna have a upsurge for a long time. At least I see at least 15, 20 years, because there's a lot more baby boomers who are taking cruise. A lot more people again are traveling in family. There's more value. Yes, you're right. 30 years ago there was value in destination travel. There was value in overnight guests and staying in a destination overnight. But you got to also remember, you didn't have the cruise ships to the magnitude that you have it now to compete. So the cruise ship and the land base are competing for the same person. They're competing for the same person. The cruise ship is winning because it's ahead of the curve. It's taking all of the ills of the land base, the destination, all the problems that they're having. The cruise ship is taking those problems and flipping them, so the cruise passengers now are saying, well, I don't have to worry about bad service on an island in some restaurant. I have to worry about bad food, even though they get that stuff on cruise ship, It's just that when it happens, the cruise ship is on it like that. It's one entity, it's one system. It's not like an island where you go to, some of our restaurants down here, you get bad service, you complain, you got to complain for weeks. And even if you complain for weeks, nothing seems to happen. So, what I would like to see is, again, the same attitude, a company here in the BVI with the same approach, who understand how to market and train and get travel agents involved in a destination. A person who could take the destination information and sell it to other people, put it out there. What really bothers me, Carla, is that sometimes I pick up a lot of these magazines, and I look at magazines that the BVI sometimes advertising, and you got to ask yourself, a lot of times people are asking, well, what is the tourist board doing? I think the tourist board is doing a lot, but maybe the methods could be twist and turn differently, so you could get more buck for your band. I'll come back to that in a minute. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. It's a live show. Go ahead. Hello. All right, you might be having trouble with your phone, so just call me right back. So, yeah, I mean, between the destination and the cruise ship, if you're going to be getting 3, 4, 7, 800,000 people in this country from 2014, 2015, you should have something in place that every single person that come in this country by cruise ship, you have everything about them that you need to know about them, so you could convince them or try to convince them to come back and stay longer. I mean, we all have a part to play in that. The taxi guys, the vendors, the port operators, all of everybody involved has a role to play as to whether or not people are going to come back to the territory. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
How are you?
Yeah. I'm calling in reference to the deal that Disney Cruise Line is supposed to be giving the BVI government.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the deal sound good, brother. But to me, I don't believe the government should be giving out no lease for no 48 years to the people's sport, man. These cruise ship companies are like carpetbaggers. All they care about is themselves. They want to take over the tours. They want to take over the land-based tours. They want to open their stores and the ship, and they don't care about nobody but themselves. I wish and I hope that the BVI government could have mustered up the money to build that complex over themselves. I don't trust these cruise ship companies, man. Like I said, $75 million they're going to invest. They're going to be looking for more than they invest. I know the cruise ship company. I have deal on the business of the cruise ship company. A few islands. I've been to some cruise ship conference down in the Caribbean island, and I was talking to the guy from St. Vincent, I think, one time, and he said they came to him with a proposal where they want to build a cruise terminal, and he said, we are a little poor little entity, but we ain't giving up our port to no cruise ship company. I know the plans that they have is something great, and I hope it works out well. But I don't trust the cruise ship company. The BVI in St. Thomas, Carnival Cruise Line wanted to invest and build down Sabis. The people of the U.S. board, they said, no, we could build our own port. They went and they got a loan. They build the cruise port. It's booming. They have a lot of local businesses that is down there. The square footage for businesses down there. A lot of local people got stuff down there.
And St. Thomas is one of the busiest cruise ports in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it is.
You sound, Carla, you sound like somebody I sat to in one of those same conferences down in St. Lucia.
Yeah, but like I said, the thing look good, the proposal and whatnot. But you got to keep like 4 or 5 eyes on these cruise ship companies, man, because they're looking out for themselves. They're looking for the best deal they could get. And that's what it is, man. I hope everything will work out good, and I hope the minister who negotiate with them have his lawyers and whatnot, because these people some shrewd operators.
So you're not against the project. You're just cautious with the type of deal we're getting.
Yep. I'm kind of leery about the cruise ship companies and wanting to build ports in these island territories, man. You got to, like I said, the cruise ships are some shrewd people.
Yeah.
And I hope the minister, when he negotiates with them, because I don't think the deal is signed yet, I hope he gets super consultants and whatnot to deal with these people, because them people will give you some pie in the sky, and next thing you know, you sign and you're in over your head, man. So hope it turn out well, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the call. I must say that caller, I knew who that caller is, and he and I both sat at conferences, the same cruise ship conferences in St. Lucia, and he was there in Santo Domingo. So I've been around. I understand the cruise industry, and he's absolutely right. And it's the same thing I'm saying. We're not, we're not against the cruise ship development. It's just that when you're negotiating with conglomerate like this that can, command billions of dollars of liquid cash, they can do a lot of stuff. I mean, the cruise ship industry is spending, $10-15 billion just this year alone, between last year and this year, with these mega ships that they're building. I mean, you got that kind of money to spend in hard times, then things must really be good. So you can just imagine the amount of power they have. And they lobby, like I was saying earlier, what the cruise ship are able to do is exchange information, share best practices. You go to some of these conferences and you trying to sell a tour to one ship, he done pass your information to the next ship, so they already know what you're trying to sell it for, and now they're trying to bid you down. So we got to think on that level. Go ahead, you want to speak your mind, please?
Yes, good night, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I hope the last time he's listening. He just spoke to the minister a while ago on the next topic. I'm not sure. A while ago.
Okay.
And we at this time the government is not able to put that kind of money into the bridge bus dance right now. So we don't have a choice, in a sense that if there's opportunities there, we have to jump on them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people here in the BVI is hurting. A lot of jobs need to be created, and this project to me is a win-win.
Okay, so you're saying, so on another show you were saying that the minister said that we don't have the money ourselves.
Right, he just said the same gentleman that we cannot, at this time, because of the bad economy, handle something. So I mean, if you get your money and get some other people to, to try to $75 million right now, I'm sure the government and Disney will sit down and listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But until that happens, let's move the BVI not only to Toronto, because everybody think this cruise ship thing is going to be Toronto, but
Yeah.
the other budget are just a night.
Did you did you hear the minister by chance say whether or not any local investors have stepped forward yet, maybe with other proposal, or were there other proposal in the future, in the past?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's stepping forward, so if it's a perfect time now to step in.
Okay.
So until that happens, let's move, because people understand not only the cruise ship is getting fixed,
Yeah.
the Rotan area, Western Port, Rotan Port, Virgin Island Port is outside.
Yeah.
So how can we lose on this deal? I mean, I guess they're scared of the 48 years, but come on, man.
Yeah.
We can buy it on 15. The same people that can buy it out can put the money forward now, can purchase it 15 years from now, if that's the case.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Maybe it might be too expensive in 50 years, though. You got to contemplate that. It would be nice to understand the metric system they're going to be using to calculate cost and value and buyout price. But
Right.
I mean,
for real.
yeah.
But I say right now, we can't be scared, Sam.
Yeah, no, I don't think people are scared. I don't think people are scared. I mean, it's clear and it's fine to have folks going gun-ho. And then there's other people who are saying, have we really exhausted all of our efforts, all of our options? The minister himself last week here said to me that there have been other options, other folks who came forward with other proposals. And he himself has been saying that the other ships I hear him saying that some of the ships are waiting for this deal to fall through so they could be in front. So, I mean, that's also public knowledge. If that's the case, it almost sounds as if even if this deal doesn't go through, it sounds like there's other people who might be waiting in the wing for a deal. I know for a fact there was a company called Trident Development. And from what I understand, that company was Royal Caribbean. I don't know the details of the deal. I don't know for a fact whether or not there was a true deal, but I understood that they had made a proposal as well. And Royal Caribbean versus even these two ships, Royal Caribbean have about 22 ships, and they probably have the ability to move more than 70 to 80,000 people a month. And Royal Caribbean, probably could have also been another option. We don't know. We don't know about the deal.
Yep.
So
the thing is, this project not to be bigger than a lot of people think. It is they watch that Disney, but anyway, I think the generation can't deal with it.
yeah.
We hope that this falls through, that a lot of jobs can be created.
Yeah,
which
well,
we need right
not
now.
just jobs, We don't want just jobs. We want ownership. And you yourself would agree. You're a BVI lander. Ownership is what really has saved the BVI, true BVI landers, in some of their children today. Ownership.
Right.
Without ownership, if you don't have ownership, you dead. You dead in this country. I mean, just look at who's controlling the wealth in this country. It's not BVI landers anymore. It's foreigners. The banks, all of these trust companies, they're all owned by foreigners. Look at who owned the physical infrastructure, the businesses. I'm not talking about the buildings, I'm talking about the actual business itself.
Right.
That are hiring people and could fire people and could move people around. They're foreigners. So I think that's a wake-up call for me. That's a wake-up call. And I hear what you're saying, my brother. We do need stimulation in a country. I'm all for the airport. I don't care what nobody say. I know that's going to be a controversial thing once you start detailing the information, but I'm for the airport development.
Fan change is always a scare.
Yeah.
And these are major changes that we are about to face.
Yeah.
But this generation, my generation, our generation, and those to come can't deal with it. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
Appreciate the call. So let me just hit these texts real quick, guys, before we get another call. Again, somebody called about the emergency situation at the hospital. There's one doctor on duty. I don't know how true that is. During the emergency times, they feel as if there should be more doctors assigned. So when you have multiple emergencies, you can better be served. But I also want to say there was also another text right after that about Virgin Gorda Hospital, Virgin Gorda Clinic, and Virgin Gorda Clinic don't even have a doctor on duty during holiday season and weekends. So go ahead, you're on speak your mind, please. Go ahead. Hi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's a live show. Talk to me.
I'm not going to talk. You just had me with Titi.
I love.
That's a amazing thought because like you mentioned, we want to be the owners of the businesses. Where we can employ, we can fire and hire, do whatever we want. But Sam, one of the most disturbing things is, why was that cruise ship dock area left alone so long with no kind of development? No BVI lender stepped forward as to say, look, I have millions of dollars, I have this, I have that. Let's get this thing developed. Nobody. All of a sudden, something is put on the table to get something done. And you're here, you have many BVI lenders who want to invest. Where were these BVI lenders? Eh? Come on.
Okay,
If we
Carla.
have-
Carla, I want to dialogue with you. And I don't want anybody outside the BVI watching us through the internet or even watching us live locally think that statement is entirely true. It's not entirely true. There was a company called Carib Invest that had a proposal with a local investor to put some money into the cruise ship dock. Now, I don't know the details of the deal, but there has been. Sir Romney himself put forth a deal, a proposal, and whichever government was in turned it down. So we've had local investors who had an interest. So I don't want you to say none hasn't. There have been. You know what I mean? I sat in a room last week, Tuesday, and looked at the face of some of them same investors when the gentleman was talking about the proposal and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that person got upset and they said, you know, you're telling us everything that should be done so and so, but you haven't even consulted with us, and you're telling us that that's the way it's going to be done, and you're saying how much years you've had in the business. That person said to the guy, we got 30 years in this business dealing with the same cruise ships. So, I mean, there has been some local investors. That's all I want to say. So I don't think it's fair, you know what I mean, to say that we haven't.
Now I understand that we have had at least one
Yes.
bid around.
Yes.
Okay? Fortune.
Yeah.
That's
For
all.
whatever reason.
Okay, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the end of the world? We should have had somebody is coming online saying, look, this is what I have to offer as BVI lender. All I'm saying, Sam, that we are of the understanding that there are millions and billions of dollars are sitting down in the BVI, belongs to BVI lenders, waiting to invest. And if one fall through, two fall through, but like you just said, I mean, their cruise lines waiting for this thing to fall through so they could jump on board.
Yeah, but I want to read you this text. This text came in, the person said, I'm not against the development, against the project, but we, BVI lenders, were taught a lesson by the previous government about local investment. Now, I know exactly what it was a long text, so I was trying to shorten it here. That texter was simply saying, you know, let's be real, there's been a lot of different changes. A lot of things has happened in the past. As far as you and I can, let's go back 10 years, 3 governments. I'm sure in between then, the minister said that this information was on the desk. You know, some of these proposals on the government desk since 2005. So since 2005 that we can reference to, based on the minister's own words, proposal has been coming in. Only the government officials know exactly why those proposals were not addressed, why they were not pushed. So it's not fair for folks who might be out here who probably don't want to call, knowing fully well that they themselves probably had something in front of the government, and whoever the government was at the time say no. I mean, let's think about Digicel trying to come in the country. Digicel tried to come in this country before they even liberalize the system. As soon as the system was liberalized and government changed, Digicel came on stream. Let's look at CCT. Way back in the days when you know, the story goes is that when they were trying to get into this company, the lead at the time said to whatever bank, do whatever it takes to help these guys get the money they need so they can invest in a company that's going to grow, and BVI lenders could be part owners. And that's what's happening today. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, you know. I hear what you're saying. We do need to do something. There's no doubt.
I appreciate that, sir.
We do need to do something. We have to do something. I agree. I all for the cruise ship, my brother. I make a lot of money. Not a lot of money. I make, you know, a living from the cruise ship. I go there and I drive 10 people to the beach. I'm okay. You know what I mean? And there's money to be made. There's opportunities. There's stores. There's all those things. All I'm saying, though, is that, you know, there was a question posed online. Is it 25 space out of 1,000? Is it 25 space out of 200? You know, is it 25 spaces out of 50? I mean, what is the total amount of space? I heard the minister attempt to answer that question on a show last week. He said he doesn't know the amount of space, but he knows the amount of square footage, and it's a lot. And if you were to divide that square footage, let's say that the number that he threw out there by 500, you can easily come up with a number, you know, so.
We hear that, but we're still trying to get as much money as we can get for space.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do something, but, you know, if the country wasn't in a situation it's in, or is it really in a situation where, you know, we got investment money sitting around here, like you said. I hate to use this one as an example, but it's only an example. You know, we Social Security, some people throw that out, that how Social Security got over $300 million. And one guy said to me the other day, people saying, oh, you can't touch a pensioner's money. But yet Social Security, for what I understand, is also taking some of that same money and sending it out throughout the world on the stock market to gamble that same money to try to get a return. Now here's the deal for you. What if we could take $40 million and leverage that money to use it as leverage to get a loan for $40 million? Put that same $40 million in an escrow account. You can't touch it, it grows, whatever. It's there as a guarantee for the loan. You take that same loan, you get the same deal that that investor is getting with the cruise ship to increase passengers, to increase head tax. Cruise ship get half of that deal, the government get half of that deal. They pay back the loan without even have to touch the escrow account. I mean, those are all options.
I don't think that's possible under the bargain guidelines, know them.
Well, we don't know, Kelly. I mean, I'm sorry, we don't know, Carla, because we haven't even heard any conversation about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, how do we know what's possible until we see all the options and the options are being pushed? I mean, take the white paper the UK is sending us. They just sent us another white paper. We had one here back a few months ago. In the white paper, you have all kinds of questions that are really directions, that are really comments. And then they asking you to comment on those same question directions to see what you're thinking and what you're saying. But they already know what they're thinking. They already know where they want to go. They want to see if the majority of the people are going to want to go in that direction with them. So anyway, my brother, I recognize the voice, so, you know, in the heat of the moment, I call your name. I apologize. We will take a break and we'll be right back. If you want to call us back, I like your questions. I mean, there are people back there, trust me, who are listening, who probably have them same comments, have those same questions, but, you know, they don't want their voice on the phone. And I understand. I got, you know, 25 texts here and I haven't even read half of them yet. So appreciate it. Folks, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.